All right, let's talk about a system, a really simple, scientific system that's designed to build your wealth completely on autopilot. Seriously, forget all the complex charts, the stress, the frantic stock picking. We are talking about a blueprint that just works for you, even when you're not paying attention. Let's get into it.
I mean, really think about that for a second. What if you had a system where your money was just quietly growing in the background, generating income without you having to do a thing every day? This isn't some far-off dream. It's the whole point of automated passive investing. And today, we're going to build that exact system step by step.
But hang on. Before we build it, we have to understand why so many people get investing wrong. The truth is, most of us fall into a really common trap, one that's basically wired directly into our own brains, into our emotions. Okay, so what you see here are two totally different ways to operate. On the left, that's the emotional investor. This person is reacting to everything, right? They're buying when the market's flying high because of greed, and then they're panic selling when fear kicks in. But on the right, you have the systematic investor. Calm, cool, collected. They're just following a plan, ignoring all the noise. And trust me, the difference in their bank accounts over the long run is just staggering. This quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. We spend so much time hunting for the perfect stock or the perfect moment to get in that we end up doing, well, nothing. It's called analysis paralysis, and it's the #1 reason most people just stay stuck on the sidelines. So, how do you get out of that trap? Well, you fight emotion with pure logic. You replace all that guesswork with a clear, proven system that's specifically designed to take your own worst instincts out of the driver's seat. And this is the core idea, the whole secret, right here. When you build, and more importantly, trust a system, you remove the single biggest reason for failure in investing, which is, yourself. And here it is. This is the good stuff. The 4-step blueprint to put your entire wealth-building machine on autopilot. This is the practical, actionable part you can literally set up and then just let run. So we're going to walk through each of these 4 steps together. First, we define how much to invest. Second, we choose what to invest in. Third, we automate the whole thing. And finally, we set up a way to keep it all on track. It's simple, and that's on purpose. All right, step 1. Everything starts right here. Look, the most important part of this whole thing isn't picking the next hot tech stock. Nope. It's the super simple act of contributing a set amount of money consistently, month after month after month. And just look at the raw power of being consistent. This table is based on real historical data. It shows that investing just $300 a month could grow to around $300,000 in 20 years. And $1,000 a month? You're looking at becoming a millionaire. This isn't some kind of magic trick, it's just math. It's the power of compounding doing its thing. Okay, so you figured out how much you're contributing. Now, where does all that money actually go? Well, the key here is to keep it super simple with a portfolio that is backed by decades of solid data. This right here is a classic, and it is incredibly effective. Think of it like this. 80% in stocks from all over the world, that's your engine. That's what drives the growth. And the other 20% in bonds, that's your shock absorber. It smooths out the ride when things get a little bumpy. You don't need to get fancy, you just need to be diversified. Now for my favorite part, the absolute game changer. Step 3 is where we take you completely out of the process and put the system in charge. This is where the real automation magic happens. The engine behind all this automation has a fancy name, dollar cost averaging. But all it really means is that by investing the same amount of money each month, you automatically buy more shares when prices are low and fewer shares when prices are high. It's a disciplined, mathematical way to smooth out the bumps without you ever lifting a finger.
So the process becomes this perfect, seamless flow. Your paycheck hits your account. Then, bang, your contribution is automatically transferred to your investment account. Then, bang, it's automatically invested into your portfolio. It's basically a hands-off assembly line for building wealth.
And the final step is just a little bit of maintenance, but you guessed it, we're going to automate that too. Rebalancing just means your system will automatically tweak your investments to keep that 80-20 target. It sells a little of what's done well and buys what's lagging. It's all about managing risk without any emotional guesswork. Okay, so we've built the system. It sounds good in theory, right? But the real question is, does it actually work better than trying to do all this stuff yourself? Let's look at the proof.
And the results are, well, they're not even close. They're crystal clear. Over a 20-year simulation, the automated system just crushes the performance of a manual investor who's trying to time the market.
And we're not talking about a small difference here. We're talking about a completely different financial future.
And this chart shows you exactly why that happens. These are the hidden costs of doing it yourself. You have missed contributions. I got busy, I'll do it next month. You've got emotional sells during a market dip. The sky is falling. And of course, bad timing from trying to outsmart everyone. All these little mistakes add up to massive losses over time. An automated system just avoids all of them.
So what's the big takeaway here? We've seen how our own emotions can set a trap for us, and we've seen how a logical, automated system is really the only way to escape it.
Ultimately, it all boils down to this one single idea. Stop trying to be the perfect investor. It's impossible. Instead, build a perfect system and just let it do all the heavy lifting for you. That is the scientific, proven path to actually building wealth.
Look, every single day, whether you realize it or not, your financial future is being built. So the only question you have to ask yourself is this: who's in control? Is it your emotions or is it your system?